You know the feeling, right? You teach a fantastic vocabulary word on Monday, and by Friday, it's like it never even happened. It's one of the biggest frustrations for teachers. Well, today, we're going to fix that. We are going to explore a powerful system that turns vocabulary instruction from just simple memorization into a practice that is dynamic, engaging, and actually sticks.
So, the big question is, how do we get our students to go beyond just knowing a definition to truly owning a word? Well, the answer is probably already sitting on your desk. In this explainer, we are going to walk through a complete lesson step by step, using the very resources your state provides to make every vocabulary lesson incredibly precise and powerful.
All right, here's our roadmap. We're going to follow an amazing first-grade teacher, Ms. Davis, as she brings a core vocabulary standard to life. We'll see her whole process, from unpacking the standard and planning the lesson all the way through her instruction, and finally, how she checks for true mastery.
Okay, let's dive right in. Every single great lesson starts with a crystal clear goal, so that's where we're going to begin, by looking directly at the standard itself.
The standard is so explicit here. The goal is for students to acquire and use words with precision. And just look at that "I can" statement. It's all about action. This isn't about kids just reciting definitions from some list. It's about them being able to use new words to understand their world and to communicate their ideas clearly. I mean, that's the whole point, isn't it?
Now, this is the part that is really the secret weapon. You already have the two most powerful tools you need to build this lesson, the strategy card and the evidence document. They really give you both the what and the how for brilliant instruction.
And this is a total game changer. Think about it. On the left, the strategy card. That's your playbook. It gives you the exact research-backed routine to follow. And on the right, the evidence document. That's your target. It shows you precisely what student mastery is supposed to look and sound like. When you put them together, they completely eliminate the guesswork. No more wondering if your lesson actually worked.
So before she even thinks about what activities she's going to do, Ms. Davis starts right here, with the end in mind. This acceptable evidence column, that is her lesson objective. It tells her that for first graders, mastery means they can sort words from a text and explain why they sorted them that way. That's her destination, and now she can plan the most direct route to get her students there.
All right, let's head into Miss Davis's classroom and see this whole plan spring into action. She's using the acted-out routine from her strategy card to teach a vocabulary word that she pulled right from those evidence examples.
Just notice her multi-sensory attack here. She gives a clean, simple definition, she uses it in a clear context, and then she immediately connects it to a physical action. Now, this isn't just for fun. Linking a new word to movement like this creates a much stronger connection in the brain than just hearing a definition ever could.
And that clear model leads so smoothly from the I do right into the we do phase, where she brings all the students into the practice with her.
It starts out simple, but this is a really high-impact move. A quick choral response gets every single student's voice in the room, practicing the new word's pronunciation in the safety of the group. It's such a low-risk way to make sure everyone is engaged.
Okay, now as the students start trying out the word, this is where the magic really happens. A student says the lizard leaves his skin. Now that's not wrong, but it doesn't have the precision of the target word, right? Ms. Davis sees this not as a mistake, but as a priceless teaching opportunity.
And her correction is just perfect. It's positive, so it affirms the student's thinking. It's specific, clarifying why shed is a more powerful word in this case. And most importantly, it gives that student an immediate second chance to be successful. That is how you build both vocabulary and confidence at the same time.
So after they've all practiced together, Ms. Davis can tell they're ready. It's time to release that responsibility and move her students into the you do part of the lesson. Now this you do isn't just busy work. It's a really structured and purposeful activity. The turn and talk pushes students to move the word from just understanding it to actually using it. By creating a sentence and acting it out, they are processing and cementing the word's meaning for each other.
And while all the partners are working, Ms. Davis is on the move, actively differentiating. For a student who needs a little more support, she might give them a sentence stem like, "The lizard can blank." But for students who are ready for a challenge, she'll push them. That's a great sentence. Now, can you make another one using both shed and our other new word, skin? She's meeting every single learner exactly where they are.
So here's the million-dollar question. After all this rich instruction, how does she know if her students have truly mastered the standard? How can she be absolutely sure? Well, the answer takes us right back to where we started. the evidence document. Her exit ticket isn't some random worksheet she found online. No way. It is the exact task described under acceptable evidence for first grade. This is the definition of perfect alignment between what you teach and what you assess.
Now, scoring this takes maybe a few seconds, but the data she gets is pure gold. She can see instantly who's mastered the skill, do they sort the words correctly, can they explain their thinking. This gives her actionable data on who's ready to move on and who might need a quick reteach tomorrow morning.
So let's recap this whole powerful system. It all starts with planning, using the evidence as your target. Then, you use that clear I do, we do, you do model from your strategy card. And finally, you assess using a test that directly reflects what the standard expects. It's a closed loop that pretty much guarantees effective instruction.
Look, this isn't just a single lesson plan. It's a repeatable framework that takes all the guesswork out of teaching vocabulary. It ensures that the words you teach on Monday actually become a permanent part of your students' lives. So the only question left is, what's the first word you're going to bring to life with this routine?